Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I will be talking about what is Google Form, what all you can do with Google Forms, and I have explained every detailed about how you can work on Google Forms with all the question types I have explained in detail. So stay tuned. So in order to use Drive account, you need to have a Google account prior. Once you have Google account, then you can use drive.google.com. Then you will find Google Forms listed in the new. Once you click new icon, so this is the untitled form. Whatever the first form you get, it is called as untitled form. I will tell you how the interface of the Google form looks like. You have an option for customized theme where you can change the color, font, which the fonts are very similar to the Google form, Google Docs. Imagine I want to keep it as Times New Roman. I'll make it as everything as Times New Roman, and these are the prefixed. You can change it, but these are the prefixed standard formats that looks the Google form precisely neat. And you can also choose the image to present on the header. Imagine you're working on some science project, you can keep some chemicals, or a paint project, you can keep a art project, anything that you wanted. You can also upload the image of your own. Right now I will choose books, or chemistry is good. Yes, yeah. So I have used the chemistry image on the top. You can see this is how it looks. As you can see, based on the image that I have added, it already changed the theme colors according to the logic. Still, if you want, you can change the options. So it has chosen from the image whatever the image color you want. You can do it. You can click on whatever the color that you want. You can do, if you have a number, you can just add the number and the precise color is already visible. So example, I have you chosen a blue color, so the theme has been changed accordingly. Preview is how your final document looks for the user. In the preview it looks, this is a undo button, this is a redo button, this is the link that you wanted to send to the responders. You can share it from here. Publishers, once you're done, after publishing, you can send it to the others. This is the link that is given to the responders. Okay, now moving on to the untitled. This is the name of the file. You can choose anything. Once, basically it automatically changes once you add the name of your form. So today I will show you for the feedback form. So you can do any types of questionnaires for your research project, or if you have conducted any workshop or anything that you wanted to know feedback, you can use the Google form as such. So today I will be showing feedback form. This is not quite specific to feedback form only, this implies for everything, just that the questions you need to do according to the questions that you want to ask for your project. So this is the post workshop feedback form that I will be showing today, so it is easier to understand. That's the reason I have chosen this topic. Now see, once you click on this, automatically it changes according to the form name. If you have any description that you wanted to tell to the users, you can add here. So I have written, give me a second. So I've just written, thank you for attending our workshop, please take 2 minutes to share your feedback. So the description can change according to the question format that you wanted. If you want it to be bold, you can click on it, you can make it bold, italics, underline, or if you have any link, suppose if you have a questionnaire where you're working on a research, you wanted to attach some no object certificate or any issue certificates from a government, anything that you want the users to know, or a brochure, to know more about it, you can give a contact details or a visiting card. You can give a link accordingly. Now if you have points, you can paste the points. If you have bullet points, you can add it. Then if you don't want any formatting, you can remove here. Now first the question comes here automatically. If you don't want it, you can remove. This is plus icon. Here if you want to take any questions from your previous Google form, you can take it. If you have any title that you wanted to add for the section, you can add it here. I don't want to have any titles. If you want to have any images to be pasted, example about your background or anything that you want, a video, you can also play a video. And this is the section. I'll tell you about the section a little bit later. Okay, you can duplicate, move, delete, merge with above, whatever the options that you feel. I'm just deleting as of now. Merge with above. Now the first question I will ask, the section 1, suppose I wanted to add a title. What I will do, add a section 2 will be basic details, basic information. Okay, I'm just writing it short. Now if you have any sub details that you wanted to add, you can add. In basic details, I want to know, write name. I'll write name. You can see it has turned automatically to the short answer. So whenever you are doing a questionnaire, you need to understand one concept of questions. One is open-ended, other is close-ended. Open-ended is nothing but you are giving the freedom of writing the information up to the user. Whatever he wants, he can write. Whereas closed-ended is that you are giving a limited option to the user. The user should select only from the options that you have given. So based on that, you can frame the questions. Suppose name, as see, it can be both open-ended or close-ended. How? If at all I am choosing from only students that I know, like 40 people in a class, I will write all the names. Let they select the name accordingly. So one is, it can be closed-ended if I know the people. If you don't know the people, it should be a open-ended. So I am giving a freedom to write on their own. So it can be short answer because it cannot be as a paragraph content. Now the basic information includes email ID, imagine. So I'll write email ID. If you want the email ID, you can do it for the further contacting them. You can add it. So automatically it will be turned into a short answer. Now as we are working on a pre-workshop feedback, I want to ask them, how is the expectations before? So like, have you any expectations before attending this? If yes, what are they? So it is a long paragraph, how much of the content that they wanted to add. Whenever you're adding a question, it tries to select accordingly. If at all you don't want the options, you can always change and do it. Now I wanted to next know about the workshop experience, that I wanted as a third section. Now here I'll write workshop experience. Now the first question here is, how did you hear about this workshop? So what do you think for this? I can keep it as multiple choice question, like probably Facebook, friends, LinkedIn. If these three options are not there, probably got to know with other option. You can click on other, so you can write, the user can write anything that he wants to. Now moving on to the second question that I want to write is, which topics you found most useful in the workshop? So here, what do you think the question should be? If you want a single answer from a user, always use multiple choice. If you want multiple options from the user, you can go for the checkboxes. Okay, so I'll write first is time management. The next is communication skills. The next will be leadership skills. Personal branding. So they can check all of the 4, or if you want them only 3, it's up to the user. Now moving on to the next is drop down. So I can write which session did you enjoy the most. So I'm just giving you the description accordingly. Now in drop down you need to consider only one option, and there is no freedom of adding other. It is the only 5 that they can select. They cannot select all the 5 options or more than 5. Like the freedom of other option is not there in the drop down. It can be speech, food, and networking, whatever that makes sense. Okay, so only one thing. Suppose I think it can go for the sheds size. Yeah. Now moving on to scale. So how would you rate the overall workshop? Here, this is the linear scale. That means you wanted to give an option for them that how much rate. Being 1 is low, being 5 is good. They can select the medium 1 to 5, or you can go up to 1 to 10. I'll show you the 10 option. Now for the same question you can also do one more thing, which is rating. Similar to the rating scale like the linear scale, but here you have hearts, star, and a thumbs up. Suppose if somebody is liking 10, they can get 10 stars. If somebody is liking only 1 star, it's 1. It's a very similar concept, just the scales are different. So the next we will learn about the grid and also the multiple choice grid and also checkbox grid. Okay, so in multiple choice grid what you have is rows and columns. For one question you have different options, like imagine the Gutman scale. You can use that concepts here. Different questions but with the similar answers, like the answers will be strongly agree, disagree, never. If you know about the Gutman scale, then it would be easier. It is very, in a simple terms you can remember, the questions are different but the answers are same, then you can choose multiple choice grid. Example, I will show you with the multiple choice grid for the similar format, which rate the following aspects. Okay, this is the very simplest question for this format. You can go up to anything. So the first will be content. The second question I'll write venue, food. Imagine the answers would be very similar. This is not full. Give me a second. So in the content we can write poor, average, and good, excellent. So these are the options that I have given. Now in a similar way, if at all you have the second option, which is checkbox grid, where you have one question but you have given the different options where the user can click multiple options. So for the checkbox grid, I will suggest topics based on the levels. In future, this question is like where example the expertise, if you have attended any interview or like any workshop on food science, the topic is food science, do you want the intermediate level, advanced level, or a base level? Or if you're working on a nutrition point of view, cardiac nutrition, which level you want in a future workshops. So in that way we are framing right now. Example, food science, nutrition. So in a questionnaire, need not to be, you need to use every format. It's up to your questions and how you want the answer to be added by the user. In column 1, I will write basic, intermediate, and advanced. So now you have this thing. We will move into the next session with some details, additional details, where I will add about dates and I will see what all we have missed here. So short answer I've explained: paragraph, MCQ, checkbox done, drop down, file upload is there, date and time, this 4 I have added, right? So if you want to know the date of the event or attended event or DOB, you can add attended date if you have multiple events. So they can write the event. The second question will be time. When you have added time, automatically the time wins. And if you have any uploaded bills or screenshots that you wanted, you can add bill and click on file upload. Then it will say whatever the content they have shared, it will be saved in your drive account. So you can also choose what type of document, spreadsheet, a video format you can give it, or there is no restriction, then you can just avoid it. If you have a restriction, the maximum number of files they can give is 1. You can go up to 10. Maximum file size 10 MB, or they can go up to 10 GB. So maximum one form can only accept 1 GB, not more than that. Okay, this is about everything that you need to understand about the questions. There is one more thing which is the trickiest part, which is easy too. Suppose you have questions where there are some yes or no, or positive or negative. The questions will only go to that set. Example, do you smoke? If somebody says no, then there is no need of set of questions like how many times do you smoke, or the frequency of smoking. Or you can go with similarly about non-vegetarian. If you're a non-vegetarian, like first question can be, are you a vegetarian? Yes, no. If yes, then you will ask how frequently you eat non-veg. What type of non-veg do you prefer? If somebody is clicking no, then what is the use of knowing the other questions, right? At this point, you can use this format what I will be teaching you now. Example, post workshop feedback form. Now I want to know whether you have attended or not. If somebody has not attended, then there is no need of this form to be filled, right? So what I will do is, here I will create a section, then have a question: have you attended the webinar or workshop? Have you attended the webinar? If somebody says yes, the options will be yes. They have already given you another suggestions: yes, no. I just don't want to remove the maybe. Now, okay, give me a second. Yeah. Now, if somebody is clicking yes, then they need to fill this form. If somebody is clicking no, they can just submit the form directly. What you can do is, I want to drag this after the basic details, but one question is there. Tell us about your expectations before attending the workshop. This what I will do is I will place in the section 4. So for first I will have a basic info of them so that I can know before. Here itself, have you attended the webinar? If somebody is clicking yes, then they can fill all these details. Now what I'll do is more options. Go to section based answer. Click on that. If yes, then you will move into the section 4. Okay. If somebody is telling no, they can just submit the form. Why I can have name and email ID, so I can tell about the future things. If yes, they have attended, then I will also know the information about themselves and also the feedback. So that's how you need to do this. Untitled the section I don't want, so I'll just remove it. Now you can see the sections. This is all the details that you need to understand about the Google form is here. So now we will see the preview, like how the user will see the form. So you can click on the preview, the eye symbol. As you can see, this is how it comes. As we have created a section, this is here. Whenever you're creating sections, it will show you next. Okay, so the next section is your basic info, name, email ID, and have you attended the webinar. As this is only for the video purpose, I have not focused much on grammar and also the caps in between. But whenever you're doing, make sure to correct the grammatical mistakes before sending, and first letter being capital. Just check the errors regarding the grammar. Now, have you attended the webinar? If I click yes, then see next, it will show you how did you hear about this workshop, the continuation. But imagine I didn't attended the webinar. I click no and it comes click to submit. As this is not published, it will show. This is what I want to show you. And one more thing I have missed, any question that is important for you, what you can do is click on it, click on required. Without, basically the required function is without filling these questions you can't submit the form. This is the basic things that you can add where the questions are important for you. The next step, once you know the form is perfect, click on publish. So publish is like where you can send the link to others and the users can publish. Now I need to save, like I need to have a link, right? So you can copy responders link, or you can, if you have any mail IDs, you can add it here. What I will do is I have already copied, so now I'll show you the post working. Now I am using another account, but still it works. So as I have kept star mark, you can see the star. Without filling this, you can't go. Okay, so I will just fill randomly. See, yes, I'll show you here. The questions will show. Imagine I don't want it, I can go back. What I'll do is I'll show you both. First I'll show you with the no. Click on next, click submit to finish. So your response has been recorded. This is what you will get it. Imagine I want to fill it again. You can restrict the feedback for one email ID also. I will show you how to do that. So now I haven't given the restriction. The same email ID can be filled up multiple times. Have you attended the webinar? I'll just type S. Facebook. See, I can only choose one option. If it is other, what? You can do like this. Now as this is a checkbox, I can click all 4, but here I can only do 1. Okay, now which session did you enjoy the most? I have speech, food, network. You will only get one option. I'll write food, but there is no option like others. You need to click from whatever the options that you have given. How would you rate the overall workshop? Low is being 1, good is being 10. I'll keep it 5. Same question, same format, just that the format is different. Tell us little. I'll just type randomly. Now you can see here, this is the multiple choice grid. Content: poor, average, good, excellent. However it is you feel. Menu: excellent. Food. Once you're done, you can only click one symbol, like one answer. Now suggest topic based on levels in future. For food science, I want both intermediate, advanced and basic, but for nutrition I want only advanced. So click on next. That's how you can format the dates. I'm just randomly writing it. If you have support bill, you can click here. Whatever you for, you can submit from it. Then once you're done, submit is done. Okay, so now that you know responses, like how many of them failed, where the data has been saved, now we will look into it. So if somebody has entered your form, then what you can do is just go back to the same form, responses, click on here. So you will have the data. You will also get the charts of it based on the input that has been given by the users. If at all you want Excel out of it, click on link to sheets, create a new sheet, it's creating, linking to spreadsheet. You can open. This is the thing. Okay, whatever the details that have been filled, it will be here. Now you can see this question has been repeated. It will gives you a heads up. The questions have been duplicated. Now you can frame accordingly, as this is only for explaining that I have did. Now settings is important because how you wanted your response to be. As I told, do you want to collect email addresses? You can collect directly, verified or responders input. If it is verified, you need to sign in, then do that. If you don't have a use of the email ID, you can just click on do not collect, responders input, that the response should be done. Now I'll just do not collect. Do you want responders to send a copy? If at all you wanted to send the responders input, then you can turn it as when requested or always. So suppose you are filling some major details where your user also needs to know, then you can select this kind of a thing. Allow response editing. Suppose again, if you feel that user needs to go back and change some editable option, you can click it here. If you don't want that thing, you can just avoid it. For one, limit to one response, one email ID, one response. How much file you can share? 1 TB, 1000 GB. You can go up to max, but Google Drive has only 30 GB, so based upon that you can click the limit size of all the uploaded files. Now shuffle question order. Suppose you're conducting a quiz, you can click on shuffle question order, so my questions order will be different from yours. Now show link to submit another response. If at all they wanted to send it, you can click on it. Share result summary. Whichever the important details you find, it can save it. Now form defaults, like it keeps a static one. Make the questions required by default. So all the questions I wanted to required, then you need not to place every time. Suppose if I keep here, go back to questions, all the questions will be in required. Okay, in a similar format this also applies. Do not collect, verified, responders input. These are the settings. You can also write thank you message at the note. That you can do, like the confirmation message, your response has been recorded, or you wanted to edit, you can edit. Thanks for filling and time, whatever you feel, you can write it. Or if you have any WhatsApp group link, you can also paste the link here so the users can click on it. Example, you are working on a project where you have asked for the payment. Once the payment has been done, WhatsApp group has link has been shared, then you can keep it here, and that's how you can work on it. I hope this video is helpful. If at all you like this video, share it with your friends, and like, comment and subscribe. Happy learning.